What the hell is that? Welcome back to Mastar Media, guys. Today we are reviewing and breaking down Dragon Ball Super episode 121, which actually was amazing. I really love this episode. And before I dive in, guys, just an announcement. I released the Anime War trailer for episode 6 yesterday. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go watch it after this video. I will link it at the end screen. All right, let's dive in to episode 121 because there is quite a bit to actually talk about here. Now, before I jump into it, I'm just going to let you know right away that I would rate this episode probably like a 9.5 or even a 10. I mean, there was really nothing wrong with this episode. In fact, they did an incredibly good job on the directing, the artwork, the animation, the fluidity. Just about everything in this episode was absolute perfection, and I gotta hand it to them. They did an excellent job for the, I guess you would call, semi-finals match. Lots of destructiveness, lots of special effects, and to me, I felt like they did capture the heart of Dragon Ball Z in some of the elements of this episode, which I really appreciated. So Anilaza of Universe 3 transforms and he just goes on this rampage and he's blasting everybody. And the one thing that like kind of irked me a little bit about this episode is just Universe 11 sitting on the sidelines. I mean, there's even a point in this episode where Anilaza is about to blow up the entire stage and Jiren and company don't help out, or they're not scared or anything like that. And I was kind of like, I mean, they're gonna go too. Anilaza at that point could fly, but I'll get into that a little bit later. The team is having a lot of trouble with Anilaza, and we get these really nice animations, these fluid punches. If you take a look at this in slow motion, it's around 20 frames just for a single punch, and the entire episode is filled with these, and that really impressed me. All of these micro movements, it's something that caught my eye and definitely does not go underappreciated. Krillin tells us that his power and speed have dramatically increased. No shit, Sherlock. So everybody's fighting this guy, getting blown away. Vegeta can't do anything, Goku can't do anything. Although they were fighting in weaker forms, I guess because they needed the speed in order to battle this guy. I'm wondering, like, what would Ultra Instinct Goku do against Anilaza? Because he could probably dodge all of his attacks, but he wouldn't be able to brute power through him, I don't think. But regardless, our team together of Universe 7 can't do anything as we get this rampaging beast that is Anilaza just laying waste to the entire field. And you see all of Universe 7 getting smacked around like ragdolls. Now, here's another thing. Jiren sitting on the sidelines watching all this go down. Okay, I get it. It's obviously in his best interest to sit there and wait for Universe 7 to either get eliminated or to use all their power to try and eliminate Anilaza themselves. But like, why doesn't Anilaza see Universe 11 and go after them or anything like that? I mean, I guess he's kind of preoccupied, but Universe 7 is kind of like on the run. I mean, they're running around him in circles, getting smacked around. You'd think there'd be some points, and there was some points in the episode where Anilaza is like looking around, and I mean, why doesn't he spot Universe 11 and try and smash them and have Jiren, you know, go up against this guy? Anilaza has a ton of abilities. He has some kind of ultrasonic ability using his little ear things where, you know, he can sense where everybody is even without sensing their power, I guess, something like that. He knows where everybody is, so he's pretty terrifying. He also has like the Janemba thing where he can punch through space, and this is a very powerful ability. We saw that Merge Zamasu could do that in the manga, and he just starts annihilating everybody. So he has a lot of abilities. He's super strong, he's super fast. He's actually a pretty terrifying character when you come to think about it. And here Piccolo says it's bending space through sheer power. So I'm not really sure how he came to that conclusion, but what Piccolo is saying is that this guy is so strong that just by swinging his punch, he can bend space-time, which I think that'd be more of a speed thing, but this guy's incredibly fast too. But regardless, he's just laying waste to absolutely everyone. Again, I'm not really sure why one of these punches doesn't come and smash Universe 11, who's just sitting there watch all of this go down. Maybe it did and Jiren just swiped it away or something like that. And poor Vegeta getting smacked around as well. So Goku is in dire straits and he actually takes one of these massive hits and it knocks him off the stage, and he really would have been eliminated there. But Frieza comes in from behind with the rescue. Wait, what the hell is that? And now we get the Attack on Titan in Dragon Ball Super as Android 18 almost gets eaten alive by this guy. And I wonder what would have happened. I mean, he's actually trying to like chomp her, not swallow her, as you'll see, as Goku comes in and saves her with instantaneous movement. Now, why did Goku never use instantaneous movement to rescue anybody else in the entire Tournament of Power? That had me wondering, like, what the heck is going on here? And even Android 17 gets blasted off, but Android 18 sacrifices herself to save him. And it's like, why didn't Goku just use instantaneous movement again? Why hasn't he been doing this the entire tournament anytime somebody gets knocked off and just save them? I mean, there really should be 10 people still in the tournament for Universe 7. But I guess that's kind of like hacking, and that would make it way too easy, so they didn't go that direction. But for whatever reason here, he saves Android 18's life. So now Anilaza grows these wings, and we prepare for an epic beam struggle as Anilaza charges up a beautiful looking blast that's so massive it can blow up the entire arena. So here Vegeta says, wow, this bastard trying to take out the entire arena. Now look at this amazing art. So right here, the art in the episode just kicks off, and I mean really kicks off. I mean, we get some really beautiful shots as everybody starts transforming and powering up. And we get something that looks like it's straight out of a Dragon Ball Super movie, as we have 3 Saiyans, Golden Frieza, and Android 17 all at full power, all ready for this insane beam struggle that's going on here. And the episode was magnificent. From this point forward was really 10 out of 10. I guess the only reason that I wanted to knock a little bit of a point off was that some of the story writing earlier in this episode was a little funky, as I talked about earlier, but this beam struggle was insane. I really got a kick out of this, and animation and the effects were seriously on point. Android 17 is the MVP of this episode. He gets play of the game as he abandons the beam struggle in order to fly through the blast while he has his barrier on to, I guess, negate any damage. And he flies through this thing, and we get this just like this incredible artwork. It's not very traditional Dragon Ball style, but it looks beautiful to me anyway. Except for this one little frame, which he kind of looks like Sloth from the Goonies. But jokes aside, this epic moment of this episode was fantastic. So many frames, very dynamic angles and movements and positioning of Android 17, lots of awesome shading. Felt like it was straight out of a superhero comic book or something like that. And he punches the energy reactor on the top of Anilaza's head, which, like, I don't know if it breaks his hand or what, but it definitely hurts him from punching that thing with all of his power. But he's able to shatter the energy reactor. But it's kind of like the Perfect Cell matchup with Gohan or movie 10 with Broly, as you know, everybody takes advantage during that beam struggle as there's like some kind of distraction, and puts on full power blast, and they're able to eliminate the character. So Anilaza is erased and Universe 3 is gone. And lo and behold, inside Moscow, this entire time has been the real God of Destruction for Universe 3, this tiny little devil dude. We thought Moscow was one of the biggest gods of destruction. It turns out he's actually the smallest. This took me completely by surprise. And when I saw this happen in the episode, I was just scratching my head. I was like, what the hell is that thing inside Moscow? So that was an interesting little surprise that we got there. It's not really too consequential to the series or anything like that. The angel states that he finally came out in the end. So I don't know, maybe because he's so small, maybe he's self-conscious about it or something like that. So he wears this big suit because he's trying to compensate for his size. Something we'll probably never find out. Now, here we have Jiren talking smack to Goku and company. He says, how did the last victory you'll ever experience taste? Like, I was not expecting Jiren to talk shit. That caught me off guard. I was like, damn, burn. Jiren totally burned Universe 7 and Goku with that statement. And he is super cocky and confident that, you know, he basically defeated Hit, he defeated Goku, and he's not really too worried about, you know, the finals, which we are now into the finals. So unfortunately, there is no episode next weekend, which really stinks, because the next episode for Dragon Ball Super looks absolutely insane. I am just so shocked and stunned as Yuya Takahashi comes back to give us some of the most beautiful Dragon Ball art we've ever gotten in history. So this episode will be airing the first episode of 2018, and boy is it going to be a treat for the new year. I can't wait to break this one down, guys. So I'm actually going to be doing the preview breakdown later today. I'm going to put it out tonight. I'm going to go see Star Wars today. I still haven't freaking seen it yet with my wife, and then I'll release it later tonight. So make sure you catch the breakdown video later today. Get those notification bells enabled for Mastar Media, because there is a ton to talk about, and we got to take a look close into the detail of some of these pictures because the art is just absolutely absurd. That's it for me, guys. Make sure you check out the Anime War trailer, and I'll be seeing you later tonight.